It's working, it's working, it's finally working. Do you want to know the secret to an introvert-friendly business? One that doesn't involve live streaming on a daily basis, and it certainly doesn't involve in-person networking events. I'm going to share with you the two-word secret that allowed me to create an introvert-friendly business right now. All right, so what is the two-word secret that allowed me to create an introvert-friendly business that doesn't rely on sales calls, that generates a full-time income for me and allows me to serve my clients while also being able to recharge my introvert battery? There's two words of that secret, and it's sales funnels. And so you might have heard this before and you're thinking, okay, sales funnels, I've heard of sales funnels before. Like, okay, I get it. I've already got a sales funnel, but let me explain to you why this has been huge for my business. I remember the very first day I ran into to talk with my husband, and I was like, it's working, it's finally working. And it came down to me seeing that my sales funnel was working. But not only that, I had the 3 sales funnel that I believe every business needs. Not just every coach, because I typically work with coaches, but the 3 sales funnels that every business needs. I'm going to share that with you today. All right. So the first thing that you need is an engagement funnel. And an engagement funnel is where you meet ideal clients. Now, this doesn't have to be offline. This can be online for your engagement funnel. It also doesn't necessarily have to be a specific social media platform. For me, I use YouTube as my engagement funnel. So my goal is to create valuable content on YouTube, something that you would like to watch at least once a week, which is the schedule that I've been typically putting out videos, and maybe even a couple of times a week, things that someone is excited about potentially binging on, and they're getting to know me and getting that engagement. But, it might not be YouTube for you. For you, it might be Instagram. It could be TikTok or, whatever that engagement is for you. The key to the engagement funnel is the goal is to get that conversation started. And it's to get that person, that ideal client, essentially hooked on you, on your style of teaching, on who you are, on what you're offering and the way that you deliver it. The reason that an engagement funnel is so important, and it's what a lot of people miss, is that the engagement funnel will essentially prep and prepare and warm up that ideal client, which would make everything else, it makes all the other funnels so much easier to work. The other problem I find that a lot of people run into is that they already have an engagement funnel, but they don't realize it's an engagement funnel. So they're essentially just posting without a strategy, and they don't have a targeted message that they know they need to deliver. Like, I know exactly what content I need to deliver via YouTube. I know what content helps me get that engagement. I know what content translates into sales and new buyers versus the content that translate into fans and subscribers. And a lot of times, the person who has that engagement funnel, like, you might not realize what that content needs to be. You might think that 5 tips a day that you're posting on Instagram or whatever images that you're creating is, helping you to convert people into buyers, into sales. And it might just be converting them into subscribers and fans. So for that engagement funnel, you've got to get really good at understanding what is the engagement piece. What are those content pieces? What are those topics that actually convert from that engagement and lead them into the next funnel? I'll give you a perfect example, which is, if you notice that I have a playlist here on YouTube all about webinars, so webinar sales funnel. So that's my bread and butter. That's what I teach my clients. I help them to create that webinar sales funnel that's going to help them to bring in their ideal clients. And it's one of the 3 funnels that I recommend that you have. But the thing is that if you look at those videos on that webinar sales funnel playlist, they're not very many views in relation to a lot of the other views my channel has had. Max is like maybe 200 views on each individual video, but those videos I can directly relate to income and revenue that has come into my business. There's a couple ways you can do this. I use the Google UTM parameters in order to track where people are clicking from. And then I've got where I do my lead magnet capture, like that captures that link that they're coming from. So I can track almost every single person, where they came from and how they they made it into my funnel. And I know that those videos are the ones that are converting from engagement into the remainder of my funnel. So that's one thing you really have to get clear on, is you got to post with a purpose so that you know that the engagement content and the engaging content that you post, that engagement funnel, is naturally leading them into the next step. The next funnel that your business needs is an exchange funnel. So the exchange funnel is where you provide something in exchange for that person's email address or whatever your definition of a lead is. So for some businesses, their definition of a lead is email address, phone number. For some people, it's email address, phone number, zip code. For some people, it's just phone number, for, whatever it is for you, for your business. For me, at my business, I consider someone a lead or a new prospect, new subscriber, new lead when I'm given an email address. So I provide a PDF or a free training or, whatever thing I'm providing for free that I could absolutely charge for. I provide that only in exchange for an email address. So that's the second funnel that you need, is an exchange funnel. Now, where a lot of people fall into the trap is believing that their exchange funnel needs to only grow with organic traffic, or they're like, well, I'm posting on Instagram all day and I'm telling people to come sign up for my freebie and they're just not coming, and I've only got 100 people on my email list, or today I got one more person signed up. And the key to this funnel, the exchange funnel, to really, really get your business going is you really have to understand that there is a cost to acquire a customer. And as a business owner, when you know that cost to acquire a customer, it makes your entire business life that much easier. So with the exchange funnel, what you can do, there's some really cool things you can do when you are in the information business, or, when you're selling courses or offering your coaching, which is when someone first provides you their email address, you can immediately give them the opportunity to take things further with you with what I like to call a wow on welcome. Now, if you're familiar with the marketing industry, you might have heard this called a tripwire. I really don't like that term, because a tripwire makes me imagine that I'm like setting a trap for someone for them to trip over it. And that's not really what I want to do with this. So the very first product that I want to offer them is like a wow product. Even though it's a lower price, it's like, wow, like if this is what her lower price stuff is, imagine what her higher price stuff is like. And that's where your exchange funnel can allow you to bring in, hundreds of people on a monthly or daily basis. And when you've got some ad money working behind that, and your wow on welcome offer is essentially covering whatever your ad budget is, that's when you can get the machine going. Now, in terms of setting up these three funnels, I do recommend, like I typically do, that you start with the end funnel and then move to the front, but we're going to talk about that in just a second, so bear with me. All right, so the exchange funnel could be a webinar, it could be a free PDF, it could be a live event that you're doing. That's a free event that someone could come to, and then you just capture their email address or their phone number. It could be a speaking engagement that you did, and at the end of it, you ask them to give them, text a certain code to a specific number. And so that's what an exchange funnel looks like. And there has to be an exchange funnel in place in order for you to continue growing your audience and growing your business. Because when you have that targeted traffic and you have that list of potential buyers, people who are interested in this one topic, because you know what you've given them in exchange, it's that much easier to send traffic to your engagement content or to send traffic to your next funnel, which is your Enroll funnel. So your Enroll funnel is where you offer your high ticket program. So this might be your one-on-one coaching. It could be your group coaching program. It could be a live event. It could be, whatever it is, where now we're actually providing something in exchange for money. So the engagement funnel, the purpose is to provide something in exchange for engagement, right? In the exchange funnel, the purpose is to provide something in exchange for an email. And in the Enroll funnel, the purpose is to provide something in exchange for an enrollment or that actual income that helps your business keep going. So with an Enroll funnel, the goal with this is to have a clear path from the exchange funnel into the Enroll funnel. That means that you're telling them what to do next and you're explaining what it's going to look like. So for example, at the end of a webinar, if your Enroll funnel is a phone call and you're leading them into a phone call, then you need to explain to them, this is what the page is going to look like. When you go to the page, this is what you're going to click. Once you click that, this is what you're going to see. And then this is going to happen. Then you're going to get on the phone with me. When you get on the phone with me, we're going to have an opportunity to talk about this, and that. And in order to get started, all you have to do is click this link to schedule your call. So which of these funnels do you have and which are you missing? What I typically run into when clients come to work with me is that they have an engagement funnel, even though they don't quite realize that they do, but they're missing an enroll funnel. So the only thing that they're really doing is saying, hey, click the link for a discovery call, click the link for the discovery call, but there's no enroll funnel in place. So, you click the link and you're just, all of a sudden you're on their calendar and it's like, I didn't realize that I was just going to be dumped here. So there needs to be an enroll funnel in place. Or some of them have just an exchange funnel, but they haven't taken the time to set up a payback so that they can grow their business quickly using advertising dollars. And if you don't have a funnel that has like an immediate upsell in place, that's fine as long as you know your numbers for your enroll funnel. But if you don't, the best way to start growing and testing is to spend money on ads. And we don't want to keep spending money out of our pockets. We want to make sure that those funds are covered, because I'll tell you this, and yesterday was the last day of the month when I'm recording this right now. So I got my bill from Facebook. Like, they're going to send you that bill and they're going to withdraw that money, whether you make money or not. They really don't care about that. But when you're running ads, you're going to have to pay for them. So why not put something in place that pays you at the same time, that wows your ideal client right on that welcome and gives you the opportunity to continue growing with traffic? Then you don't have to worry or stress about the enroll funnel because it'll play itself out. There's going to be a percentage of people, like we talked about in the previous video, there's going to be a percentage of people who choose after, exchanging their email address to decide, oh, I want to work with her further. I want to, come into this program or do this live event or come to the retreat or whatever. So it's important that you have each of these funnels: engagement funnel, exchange funnel, and enroll funnel. And if you need help setting any of these up, definitely reach out to me. Now, this is just one mistake that most coaches make, but there are actually 6 mistakes that most coaches are making that is preventing them from seeing success in their business. And I've created a brand new free training that will take you through each of those 6 mistakes, as well as give you the 6 steps that you can take in order to avoid those mistakes so you can create and fill your coaching program with high quality clients. In order to join us on that training, all you have to do is click the link that's in the description box, or you can go to LaTisha.tv/SIX, LaTisha.tv/6, and you'll be able to go directly to that training. During the training, you'll discover why you can't afford to make less than 6 figures as a full-time coach. You'll learn how to create a solid coaching program and how to fill it with quality clients. And when you avoid the 6 mistakes I share in this training, you'll see exactly why my clients are able to generate $10K in 10 days, book 5-figure coaching clients, and even sell their low ticket offers in a buying frenzy. In order to get started, just click the link that's in the description box. And now I'd love to hear from you. Which of these funnels do you have and which one are you missing? Definitely comment below. Let's get the conversation started. In the meantime, I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay, bye.